Greetings, Earth Explorers. Welcome to X Squared Radio, where the past meets the future. I'm your host, Brooks Agnew. In here, the results are always positive. We explore the mysteries of the universe and of the Earth. Whether you are driving across the country tonight or listening on the web while you're working on your favorite project, you are about to learn more about who we are, why we are here, and what we may become than you thought possible. We might go a little past your imagination, but have no fear. You will be safely traveling with us. Keep your arms inside the vehicle, recline your chair, and look out the window as we launch X Squared Radio. Wonderful to have you here with us this evening, Earth Explorers. We're coming to you live from western North Carolina. AccuWindow forecast. Absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful weather today. Absolutely wonderful. Whatever that hurricane did, it was doing the right thing. If you're listening between 5 and 8 Pacific time on September 6th, then or September 5th, I'm sorry, you're in the right place. You can call us live. If you're listening outside that particular time range, then you're listening to an archive. I know, it sounds real, it sounds live, but the phone numbers we give out tonight are only for live call-ins. Otherwise, you'll be listening to an archive. Speaking of archives, if your archive is getting ready to expire, we need you to update that, renew. We haven't changed any of our prices. It's wonderful to listen. It helps us keep the lights on. There are hundreds of you out there that listen to the archives each week. So if your archive is getting ready to expire this month, be sure to update. $250 for a month. I don't think you can listen to 700 hours. Actually, we're coming up on our 1,000th hour. I don't think you can listen to it all in 1 month. But you can get a year's subscription for $20, and that's less than the price of a cup of coffee a month for some of the top subjects that we talk about and some of the great experts that we talk to all over the world. We bring them on, and we read their books, and then we sort of do a 3-hour book review on the book, and it can be quite interesting at times. We're going to try and get Deborah Skye on tonight. We didn't really confirm. It could happen. We're going to talk about her subject matter tonight, or at least the subject matter that she's really gifted at speaking about. So if we get her, that's fine. If we don't, it'll just be you and me. You can be a part of the program, even if you're off-planet. If you're off-planet, you can get to a cell phone tower. It's 530-413-4511. If you're west of Earth, it's 530-413-4515. And if you're east of Earth, 530-413-4520. And if you're going to step out for the evening, I'll tell you what you can do. You can now listen to X Squared Radio via your cell phone. The number is 712-432-0075. And then you'll have to put in the passcode 318116#. I'll give that to you one more time. So you can punch it into your cell phone, and that way, if you're out and about and it happens to be 5 to 8 Pacific on Sunday, you can always dial in and listen. 712-432-0075. Then the passcode is 318116#, and then you can listen via your cell phone. The solar wind tonight is a brisk 369.6 kilometers per second. On September 4th, yesterday, a magnetic filament erupted on the sun and hurled a massive coronal mass ejection off the sun's northwestern limb. Not toward Earth, but still spectacular to look at with the Solar Dynamics Observatory. Sunspots 1101, 1103, and 1105 are still visible, and 1105, they say, is spreading like a rash across the sun. We may yet see flare activity from this, so you might want to keep your most sensitive electronic equipment disconnected from the power grid unless you're using it. because you never know when one of these boys is going to hurl high-energy particles toward the Earth, as we talked about last week, the solar tsunami. Also, it is September, and it is Labor Day coming up. And Labor Day is the beginning of, yeah, you guessed it, election time. Most campaigning doesn't really begin in earnest until Labor Day. And we've got forces at work in the United States that are going to affect not only this country, but also the planet. Some are prepared and some are not prepared. Some are on the unpopular side and some are on the popular side. And unfortunately, that's what politics is all about, unless you happen to be the one counting the votes. It looks like this upcoming election has everyone wondering how the current administration stands a chance of retaining control of the House of Representatives. Now, the Senate, mathematically, it's impossible for the Democrats to lose control. Now, it could go to 50-50, but it would have to be a perfect storm. However, a mysterious fire destroyed 10,000 pieces of Harris County, Texas equipment, including the voting machines and the devices called judges' booth controllers that dispense 4-digit access codes to voters and serve as mobile ballot boxes to tabulate the count at the end of Election Day. Houston Fire Department spokesman Patrick Trahan said arson investigators have not yet determined the cause of the 3-alarm fire. No injuries were reported. Mysterious middle of the night, 4:15 a.m. Well, who was it that said it isn't the casting of the votes, but rather the counting of the votes that determines elections? We shall see. There were 27 quakes in the last 24 hours, with 5 of them larger than 5.0. They're deep, though, at about 110 to 175 kilometers below the surface. I also want to remind you that Remembering the Future, the Physics of the Soul and Time Travel, is now available on Amazon Kindle. So if you are a Kindle reader, for a mere fraction of the printed price, you can get the book instantly downloaded by going to Amazon. Do a search for Remembering the Future, the Physics of the Soul and Time Travel, and you can download your Kindle version of the book. We're excited about it. We're brand new Kindle gardeners, and we're happy to be part of it. The printed version should be out, available on Amazon in about 10 days. We are going over the hard copy proof right now. If all looks well, which it should, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll turn the printer loose, and you'll be able to get your hands on the book. Lots of people ask me about 2012. What do we do? How do we get prepared? Well, of course, you should read the book. You should read the Arc of Millions of Years series. There are 3 volumes out. The 4th has just gone to the publisher. The Arc of Millions of Years Planetary Updates, and it's very good. It has a lot of the data that we predicted in the first 1,500 pages, which was the first 3 volumes of the book. Now, many of those things have come to pass. Many of them have come true, almost exactly the way that we predicted. And some of them were rather obscure, like earthquakes and the Jafar Triangle and, other things, global warming here and there. And it's peculiar, very strange how many of these things came to pass. So we covered that in the 4th volume and make some predictions for things yet to come. In any case, it's rather alarming. It's rather awakening. It's enough to make you reassess your long-range plans, and it should allow you to be empowered to make some preparations. And one of those preparations, I would ask you, would be the physical preparations, and that would be to get a hold of our friends at 1-800-PREPARE.com and get yourself a 72-hour kit. Now, this is not something that you can go down to Walmart and get. You can't go down to LL Bean and buy this. You might be able to buy it at a survival store, but you're going to pay a lot more. And it's not going to be packaged the way you like. And it's not going to be ready to go. You're still going to have to do a lot of work with it. Do you realize that for $50, you can get a 72-hour kit for two? Yeah, everything that you need as far as food and sustenance for 3 days, 72 hours, all in a book bag, ready to go. All you have to do is slide it over your shoulder, walk out the door, and you do not have to worry about a thing, except maybe the earth opening up and swallowing you, or something whacking you in the head that's coming out of the sky. But you can eat. You will not be a burden upon the emergency support staff. You can take care of yourself and one other. And this stuff will last for 25 years. So once you buy it, you don't have to keep rotating it out like those baked beans or the potato chips, the extra crackers or cereal that you buy as part of your food storage. This stuff will keep for 25 years. You just throw it in the closet and forget about it unless you need it. Throw it in the back of the Jeep. Throw it in the trunk of your Cadillac. And if you do find yourself out and stranded, where money can do no good, or you've run out of gas, or you've slid off the road in the snow and you need to survive until the rescue workers can get to you, you've got it right there. You can survive, and you can survive in relative comfort. Space blankets and flashlights and emergency beacons and weather radios, anything you need. 1-800-PREPARE.com. My friend Paul Faust, a former firefighter, and his partner, an EMT, very, very dedicated to what they do at 1-800-PREPARE.com. As you are reading the book, Remembering the Future, The Physics of the Soul and Time Travel, you're going to come across a section that asks you to meditate. Now, I use a style of meditation called Flower of Life meditation, and I do it because I've tried the others. I've tried transcendental meditation. I am a busy guy. I don't have the time to take 1 or 2 hours a day that some people do meditating. This meditation will get you deep into a meditative state, ready to face the day or ready to clear the day in 17 breaths. The book also teaches you what I call the 18th breath. This is more of a maintenance breath. This is kind of a breath that you can do anytime, anywhere, unless you're operating equipment. Don't drive and do this breathing technique because you will separate from your body and you may wreck your car. The pain will, I'm sure, snap you out of your meditative state. This is vital to listening to the universe because you need to be able to listen in order to detect when your resonations come back to you so that you know when to strike, when to make your move, when to apply your minor amount of energy. Now, this meditation, it's taught by me in the book, yes, if you like reading. But if you like listening, you like a step-by-step guide through this meditation, the best teacher that I have found is Maureen St. Germain. Now, you can go to the website at rememberingthefuturebook.com, or you can go to arcofmillionsofyears.com, and you can click on the link and you can get the CD for yourself. I highly recommend it. I don't copy it. There's no need to. It doesn't get any better than Maureen St. Germain leading you by audio through the meditation. I highly recommend it. Click on the link at MaureenSt.Germain.com and pick up the CD. We're going to have her here on the program this next week, and she's also going to give us a 30-minute interview on the Web Talk version of X Squared Radio. Now, this is a short 30-minute program, and the more you click and the more your friends go there, the better our chances are of syndication. That means we get to play on the airwaves. So spread the word because we need something positive out there in the middle of the night. All right, we're getting ready to get into it. Got a little bit more news, and we will jump into the subject of the day and give the numbers out again. We'll be back in 40 seconds with X Squared Radio. We're glad you've tuned in.